tell you something I could do.
Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Elma. Thank you so much for joining me for this little chatty get ready with me. I know it's been a hot minute since you heard from me, but I think I am back for reals. Honestly, I feel like it's been a heavy month. It's been a heavy year, and it's been very eye-opening for sure. And so I thought that I would just create this look. All the products I'm using are going to be listed in the description box. I just wanted to, do a little chatty voiceover with you guys. I wanted to initially actually talk as I was doing the makeup, but since I guess my creative juices haven't been flowing steadily, that sounds so weird and wrong, but my point is I really wanted to be in that moment. So I was actually listening to Harry Potter and just doing my makeup, and it was a nice little moment and it just felt really good. I wasn't going anywhere, so I didn't dress up or anything, but yeah. So how have you guys been? I know that this past month, this past year has been heavy, but I also want to look at the silver lining of things where it's also been very eye-opening, be it in regards to the pandemic, and it truly opening the eye of people and realizing okay, there is a huge gap in the wealth and how it's being spread. There's a huge gap in how government is so reliant on each other, although it's a good thing, and although it's brought about having access to certain things at a lower cost. If anything, with all these borders being closed, it's like, whoa, how self-sufficient are we? I'm not here to school anybody on anything, but I just thought that it's eye-opening. And in regards to the Black Lives Matter movement, it's also been really eye-opening to see. I think the thing that's been most interesting for me is really realizing how oblivious some people have been to something that is lived by us, by Black people, on a regular. I do consider myself a Black woman. I do have, but in my mind I'm mixed anyways. But if I had to tick a box, I would definitely, and if there wasn't biracial in it, I'll definitely be Black woman, because that is who I am. That's me. That's my identity. And it's just been so crazy that in the wake of the pull up or shut up movement, especially I'm speaking now about our beauty industry, to see all this fake activism from certain brands and putting up some ads that are so inappropriate. And there's this meme, I'll try and post it at some point, somewhere here on the screen, but basically it's fashion brands, but you could also equate it to beauty brands feeds be looking like, and there's this picture, and I was just that is so true. And even my inbox has been full of messages of oh, would like to work with you, blah blah blah. And it's really interesting because once I do check out those brands on, say, Instagram, their feeds are full of white people, or mostly white people actually, and no plus size, no nothing. And then you scroll a couple of times and it's there's maybe one person, and that person is probably me, biracial and white passing. I'm very much aware that my kind of blackness is the one that I would say Caucasian society view as the most adequate, and I use those terms like super cringe, form of blackness there is. You can see it in, you know, video clips and ads and who they tend to choose. And it's like, yeah, there would be one black girl who's truly beautiful, deep, rich skin tone, and then maybe someone like me, or maybe Arabic looking, and then a couple of white girls. And it's like, yeah, it's a diverse campaign. And so coming back to those brands who contact me that want to work with me, it's like looking at their page and then looking at their tags, where, you know on Instagram you can see who's tagged you, where you've been tagged. When you look at those, you tend to see that, oh, okay, there are a bunch of black people who are using these products and are tagging you and are not getting reposted. You know what I mean? So it's a very conscious choice. And to see the beauty industry all of a sudden marketed, and you see it in every industry actually, where it's like, oh, watch these movies, we now have a Black Lives Matter section, and it's all good and well, but I'm like, what's the excuse for being unawares and saying, oh, we're gonna do better, you know? So there's that side of me that, although I can see change being made, it's still very disheartening to see that change is being made now, because it's what's expected rather than what you're supposed to be from the get, I want to say. So yeah, it's been a weird couple months, year, like I said earlier, and the optimist in me does see that change is being made. People's consciousness are being awakened. Please don't come for my English. And we are gonna move forward. And there's no way no one can ever say again, oh, I wasn't aware. We live in a generation where, if anything, we're too aware, to the point where we saw a black man being murdered on video. You know what I mean? So the positive is that no one can ever say ever again, no matter what race, creed, whatever, can never say they're not aware. You know, and I feel that for a very long time, that pass of, oh, we didn't know, has been given too liberally because of how social media is. We're so interconnected that you can see that this whole movement has basically taken over the whole world, literally. So that is the positive of all this, is that although justice has not always been served, there's no more this pretense, this falseness of, I don't know, I didn't know this was happening. So that's how I look at 2020. It's the year of realization and of just like eye-opening, you know? And I think that's how we should look at it as humans, especially, you know, with the pandemic as well. That was really eye-opening. So it's important to know that we do have a voice that can be heard if appropriate action is being taken. And yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk, I want to say. I honestly really just wanted to give you an insight of where my mind has been at, and just to tell you that we're going to be back to regular schedule videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And actually the next video is going to be a detailed video on how to make foxy eyes.